Hi traders and welcome to the PL Capital Commodity Report. Today is Wednesday, August 23rd, just after 5 p.m. Central Time. Going to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, and silver. So let's go. All right, looking at natural gas, this is the 1 hour contract, futures contract. And what I see is I think we're in the middle of a running flat down here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulse down to there. And then they made this little correction here. It's like a 1, 2, 3, right into that zone. And now it's coming down, but it's coming down real slow. So I got this whole thing as a leading diagonal down to there. So that's one. They made this expanding flat correction and then down, but real choppy down. And so I think this whole thing is A, B, C, and it's going to blast off impulsively up into this range somewhere 2589, could go as high as 2620, but you know, either one big straight shot up or just a nice 5 wave impulse. Give us this running flat then, and then resume down and at least take out that low. But I'm expecting them to come and take out that low. So I think after this triangle, now it's going to come down in 5 waves. And so it's possible that this will be 1, 2, and then you'll get some type of, 3 will be somewhere, 4 and a 5, and take out that low. So, but I'll definitely be watching the reaction when it breaks this low. I don't see how this goes back up, but once it breaks that low, then that, you only have 3 waves, and it, could be some weird, I don't know, somehow this is going to be like a 1, 2, 3, and then that'll be a 1, 2, 3 down to there, and then there's still one more up before they go down. But I don't see the pattern, what that pattern would be right now. So I'm expecting impulsive move up into this zone, followed by more downside. All right, moving on to oil. So in my previous video, I was expecting that this was going to become an expanding flat. So when we were here, I mean a running flat, because I thought that we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I thought we needed a correction for one more wave, because then you'd have a leading diagonal correction and up for the Y wave. But that's not in play. So I think what happened was I miscounted. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's the little running flat correction, and then one more up for the Y wave. Because we got 3 waves for W, 3 waves for the X, then this big leading diagonal correction up for the Y wave. And so now there's really only 2 things I can see happening. You got WXY, that's the X wave, and now we come in and take out the low. Or, WXY, have a 3-wave correction, which we already have now. We have this 1, 2, 3 correction, and then down. That could be X, and then we're going to go break that top one more time for the Z wave before we go take out the low. So what I'm watching for now, if we zoom in on this way, so to me this looks like three waves, and that could be all the correction. And we go take out the top. So what I want to see is, it looks to me like we've got five waves to there. So I'd want to see a correction, which we have so far. Could come down lower, but that's big enough of a correction. When they break this top, then what happens? Because if they break it, but then they come back and they come down like in three waves for here, then this is looking like, we're creating like a leading diagonal for down. So assuming that they come and break 79.45, then you got to watch that reaction up in this area, because if they just break it but then start really selling off, you got to count the waves. If you get three waves and you break that, then that could be one, that could be two, and that's three. And three might be down farther, but then you might be getting a four and a five, and then that's looking like we got a big down move coming. So yeah, let them correct this thing out. If you're bullish, it might, if they sink any further, that's a pretty good risk to reward if you can get down in this low 78s for at least one more wave up, and you got a predefined stop loss there. So yeah, right now this is just too hard to tell. If we zoom out, we got WX and a Y, and we got three waves, and that's all. And so could be going up, or this could be the start of going down to take out 63. So right now we just don't have enough information. That's why I think waiting for this next wave to see what happens is going to be really helpful on determining if they're going up for this Z wave or not. So oil's in a little bit of a tricky spot, but I would think there's at least one more wave up to break 79.45, and then you got to watch and see. All right, oops, copper. Yeah, so I still see this big expanding flat playing out. So A, B, and then we've got a five wave move down to here. So I think that's C, or it could be two. So it's either A, B, or it's 1, 2. We don't know that yet, but ever since that low last Wednesday, it's really taking off. So now if we zoom in on this chart, it looks like we've got a 1, 2, kind of, and then we've got a 1, 2, and then the 3 and a 4, and this fifth wave doesn't quite look done yet. I only really see like three waves, so I'd want to see like maybe a little bit more down, just a few ticks on copper, but then come back up one more time, and then you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you'd have 1, 2, 3, and then anything could happen. I mean, you could get like a small correction for 4 and up for 5, or this could end up, being just a 1, 2, 3, and then you get a real deep pullback for 2, and then it'll be creating like a leading diagonal up. So I think you got to wait on copper, because I still see a little bit more up in copper, but then after that, then you got to wait and see. I'd wait for at least, when it breaks that top, at least a little three wave correction down, and then you can maybe start to look for a buy setup, because that could be 4, and then they're going up for this fifth wave, because this is getting really impulsive. You're starting to get some divergence now on the 30-minute. Let's check the hour. Yeah, a little bit on RSI, not so much on MACD. So I think when they do break that top, then that'll be starting to create some divergence, and so you'll get a pullback, and you got to wait for a nice correction before you'd want to possibly go for the next wave up. Okay, gold. So I see 3 waves to here, 3 waves up, and then just this slow break of the low there. And to me, it looks like, 3, 3, 5, and gold's in a position now where it could be going up to break the top. What I want to see, it looks like you've got like an ending diagonal here. So like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, and then there's an ending diagonal for 5. But so far, it looks like you just got 1, 2, and 3 waves up. So I'd want to see like a 3-wave correction down and then go back and break that top. And that would give me more confirmation that they're probably making some kind of a leading diagonal before you get a much bigger correction. So I like the buys for gold, but I think it's going to be kind of choppy, because I think that there'll be one more to go break that top that they set today. They maybe correct a little bit lower, go break it one more time, and then there could be a bigger correction coming. So I'd wait for a drop and a break of the top, and then let that correct, and then I'd start to be looking for buy setups. Buying right up here, I don't think there's much to gain. I think there's going to be a bigger correction coming. Silver. All right, so silver, I thought they were going to break that low last week when I made that video. So, I said I saw this big 3-wave move, and I thought that could be all the correction. And then we had this 3-wave move up, and then they really started selling, and they came really close. So I figure, well, okay, maybe they're going to do exactly what gold did and do a 3, 3, 5, break the low, and then go up. Well, what it looks like is that's 3 waves, and that's 3 waves. And what I see for silver is just a 3-wave move, like a 1, 2, and then you got like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and choppy ending diagonal. So all in all, just a 1, 2, 3-wave move down. So I want to see, pretty much just like in gold, this is really impulsive, but I think if it could come down into here, this would be a good place to look. So 23.93, maybe down to 23.68 or so. If it could get, assuming that the top was set today, but they might push that up even more. But because it looks like you got 1, 2, and then you got 1, 2, and then here's like a 3, 4, 5. So I'd want a correction down into here before looking for the next buy setup. Because just like gold, we don't know. This could be just a 1, 2, 3, so might be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then they come back down. But if they come back down, then there could be, I don't think it'll be coming down in 5 waves. That'd be a weird pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's possible. It's kind of a weird wave count pattern. So I'd be looking for a buy setup only when it gives you a correction. Like buying up here, just like gold, it might be pushing up a little bit more, 10 cents, 20 cents, but I don't see it from going from right here, breaking the top without giving a correction first. And if it does come down into here, I think this is just 1, 2, 3, this will be 4, and then it'll go up, break that, and then it's going to give you a much bigger correction. So that's why like buying down here that's also going to be just a short-term trade to go break the top and maybe give you a little bit more. But then you got to be careful, because I think then you could be getting a bigger correction before it resumes to go take out that 25, 26 level. All right, that's what I see on the commodities. Hope that helps. Appreciate your likes and support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.